Well, good evening and welcome to the Psychic Coffee Shop. I'm Aeson Knight, and with me tonight is our lovely co-host, Miss Amanda Dowel. I'd love to have her over here, honey. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
Yeah, and I love having you come over here. You know, you host your own show here on Blog Talk, so glad you're joining us too and being able to pop in every once in a while. This has been a really hard week. We've had some discouraging events in Orlando. And we're still only, I think, scratching the top of the surface with this incident. I think that, our hearts go out to the victims, but it also is a little enraging, for me at least. And here's why. This person was investigated by the FBI 3 times, was able to walk into a gun store, get a weapon that isn't even designed for anything except carnage, and walk out because he had a certain job. He should have been, but he couldn't have took a plane anywhere. I just don't get that, Amanda. Do you?
It's really quite far-fetched that somebody could just walk in there and do that. I mean, we can always transform things with healing and more positive energy, but that's just mind-boggling.
It's completely mind-boggling. Now, before I start getting Twitters about the Second Amendment, yes, I do carry a gun. Matter of fact, when I go to buy a purse, I make sure it has a pocket to fit my gun. My gun files 9 bullets. Not 900 in a minute. 9 bullets that have to be loaded one at a time. That's what our founding fathers talked about. And I really, and I want to, kind of skip over this for a second and go over to the victims, which very little is being talked about them in the news media. These are people that were just bought a home, was planning their wedding, was taking a night out, and now they're crossed over. And, I have to look for spiritual meaning in that. And yeah, it was I'm sure the tunnel was crowded, but, we need to take lessons from this. We need to take spiritual lessons from this. We need to take societal lessons from this and move forward. And we need to stop listening to this hype that's going on about this, because it really annoys me when something like this happens. They talk about the monster. I'll call him a monster, because I can't think of a better word to describe him. All day, every day, 7 days a week, 300, until the next one. But they never talk about the victims, unless it's a report from doctors or a report from, survivors. They never talk about those lives that were ended at an option point, ended, what they had planned for their lives ahead of time. And I just don't like that in the news media.
Yeah, I agree.
And, I'm so tired of hearing people throw labels, repress this, or, radical this, or radical that. It doesn't matter. He was a monster. Hitler was a monster. They're dark entities, and they go through the left door, and I hope he landed somewhere in the middle of Uzbekistan and has to go tend sheep for the rest of his life. Because that's what happens when, certain souls cross over, when they're that... I don't know, Amanda, what do you see that as, when they're just that damaged? And how do you view that?
I think I agree. They're just kind of damaged, and they have to work through certain things. Like their soul lesson is to learn through that process. They're so damaged that they go through a process of learning. We're all learning here.
Right. And I don't know. So, we send our prayers, we send our healing out to the victims and to the ones affected. And it's not just the Orlando community, because things like this don't just affect Orlando or Atlanta or Newtown. They affect everybody within that
sector.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it goes across the board. I mean, it affects everybody. You know, I'm quite sure that we will start seeing in the United States more places having more security. And, you know,
Absolutely.
we're going to hear, you know, oh, this is against this and this isn't the American way. This is the world we're living in right now. You know, you go to another country, you go to Israel, there are security and armed forces at any place that they think there could be an attack. You go to England, and you're on camera from the moment your feet touch that ground until the moment that your feet leave that ground. You know, they've been
even Canada's like that. You go over to customs, and they have everything where they investigate you. That's just the way it is.
Right. And so I think that we're behind. I think we began falling behind when, and I think it was the late 70s. Some of the older listeners, please correct me if I'm wrong, when we had the hostage situations in the plane with the plane. And I think either Nixon or Reagan had to deal with it. I don't think it was Jimmy Carter. I think that's when we started paying more attention to this and these events.
Yeah.
Then, you know, I think it was 18 hours ago, another news story broke that it just irates me. And that is at Disney World, there was an alligator that snagged a child. Okay, this was in Florida. Now, I've been to Florida, and they have signs all over the place. Don't leave your poodle here. Don't let your dog out here. Don't let this dog be here. Don't let this animal be here. Warning, gator. Who would let their kid go running around where you can't let your poodle go running around? I just don't get that.
It's just the way the world is getting, and that's why we have to go back to sending lots of prayers and lots of good healing vibes to the world because of where it's going and what it's becoming.
Right. Very much so. And it's very disheartening. I think we need to change our position here because, okay, we have endangered species. That means there's very few of them. And because of human mistakes within the past month that I can think of, probably longer if I really sat down and done some research on this, we've lost 2 endangered species, not by their hands, not by nature's hands. We've lost them by our hands and by people not paying attention of, hello, we live in nature. We're with nature. Don't, pay attention to where your child is. Pay attention to what they're doing. Pay attention to what's going on with them. I think we need to change that law that says, well, if you kill a human, then we have to kill you. A rabid dog that has no, rabies, you can't heal. You can't fix rabies. They don't recover. But an animal acting in its natural habitat and its natural behavior, I think we need to start looking at the humans and going, you done it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, and, pressing some charges on the humans and leaving the poor animal to live out in his life. Because think about it. If you're sitting in your living room and all of a sudden a bear walks through your door, you're going to be a little peed off. Especially if he goes in, gets into the refrigerator, takes the steak you were going to cook for dinner, and walks back out. After you get tired and done calming down, you're going to be upset about it. That's what we're doing. We're going into their world. We need to respect their world. I'm hiking all the time. I've seen deers. I've seen tons of squirrels. I've even gotten to see a black bear. Not up close. He's about 20 foot away. But there's that respect for the animals. But we lose that when we go into these created environments for our education or our entertainment, which I don't get that. I don't understand that one either. Entertainment, education, you can learn out a book, and if you want a movie, CGI can do better. But what the zoo also does is does research to figure out, okay, how can we improve their, reproductive? How can we save these animals? And some species that are in the zoo, that's the only place they are. Pandas, for one, is an example. The Bengal tigers are almost only in zoos, only in captivity, because we've now taken advantage of where they used to live, and now we say that bears can't go and walk in our yard without us shooting them. It's just ridiculous.
Wolves are getting that way too. The Wolf Society, and they have some different places where they have wolf sanctuaries, and it's just wonderful that they have that. But people want to hunt them down and harm them, and it's very, very sad. We need to be more respectful to our animals, because they're not here to harm us. They're here to, love us and send love. So we need to do that for them as well.
Well, it's like when the wolves were reintroduced to Yellowstone after almost 200 years of not being there. The wolf was barely off his territory, barely out of his little, you get to live in this little box. And farmers were shooting them. They weren't threatening the livestock. It had nothing to do with the livestock. It's like stepping onto your neighbor's property. How often do you do that? Lord knows I do it all the time as I'm mowing grass and trimming weeds. I'll step over on one of my neighbor's properties, and it's because there's no fence there. There's no, nothing to do, worry about. But he doesn't shoot me. We got to change our view on animals. We got to change our view on how we see ourselves as humans. We need to get rid of these labels that we throw across everybody. Stop running around with shirts with Post-it stickers. Don't you agree, Amanda?
I totally agree. We need to be so centered and open to the energies and just be more loving towards everyone. It's going on in humanity and society and around the world, and with animals, and even with children and other villages and other countries. So it's just something we need to be aware of, being centered in love and being more loving towards people. And that's just what we need to do as a society, because we can shift all this war and hatred that we have out there right now.
Yeah. One of our sponsors, the Magic Happens Radio Network, actually sponsors a 24-hour meditation, and I think they do that every quarter. And there's scientific results, and it's been proven that if you meditate as a group mind for a period of time, that the crime rate, the violence rate within that area drops by 4%, or drops by 4 to 5%. And that's just a small group. I remember back when Art Bell done this experiment with the same thing, and I think it was meditation or the same thought or whatever, and those stories listeners came back was just amazing. Just amazing. So yeah, we need to start filling that light bubble back up again. We need to be a little bit more cautious on where we have our children. We need to be a little bit more parenting, because I remember as a kid riding down the road that we could not literally get away with anything, because, if we done something down at Miss Ball's, well, Miss Ball took care of it, and then by the time we got home, our parents took care of it. And we've isolated ourselves so much now that, it's barely, you're afraid to even talk to a child.
Yeah, it's pretty much that we need to just be going back to where we were loving and we were kind and kind to one another, and we've gotten away from that.
We have.
We've gotten away from that. We need to go back to that, because there's so many that can awaken to this. I've had a friend of mine give me so many tools to use, and she ran a class on me that she's having this week, and I'd say about every technique she ran. I know I ran the whole class with the techniques on some situations in my life, and it just changed, the vibes and everything. I went back to childhood and changed everything just by seeing people over the weekend, and it was just amazing how powerful, one simple little change can impact an entire, universe. So the planets,
Right.
the people, everything you're talking about.
Right. And, we need to start taking responsibility for our inactions. Stop blaming other things for it. So, but we've got a really cool guest tonight. She's an angel healing intuitive. Amanda, tell us a little bit more about her while I go fetch her from the green room.
Okay. Well, she's definitely gifted in a lot of areas. She has a background as a nurse, and she's a teacher who's taught quantum touch, and she just came up with this amazing new healing that she just picked up from the divine, and anybody can learn how to do it, and it's really impacting the world. It's amazing that anybody can do it. It's pretty huge.
Mm-hmm. Very much so. And we'd like to welcome, I'm going to pronounce her name wrong, I just know it. I've been practicing it all day. Amanda, why don't you say it, sweetie?
Emmale.
Emmale, okay, Judycki, to our show. Come on, sit down, Emmy. Welcome to the show.
Well, thank you, Aeson. I appreciate you having me on tonight. I probably butchered your name too, right?
Yeah, you're fitting right in, sweetie. So, tell us about this new healing technique you've developed.
Well, I have been teaching healing energy work for right at 10 years. And through those years, I have become more and more intuitive. I've learned all kinds of different modalities and developed in different ways through time. So this class came together actually as a result of many requests from the clients that I've seen. They always want to know what it is I'm doing. So the class I've put together, I named Angelic Intuitive Healing. It is focused on teaching people how to be aware of their connection to divine love. And this class teaches about the healing power of love.
Okay. So, how did that come about? I mean, it comes out of love. You've started to finish it out. When are you going to be teaching it?
Well, my first class is coming up this Saturday, June 18th. It'll run from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. I'm teaching it down in Branson West at the Claybell Plaza Mall. The entrance is in the back. That sits right on the corner of Highway 76 and Business Route 13.
Mm-hmm.
The class fee, I kept the cost down because my thoughts are it would be absolutely amazing if all the more people that would take it as people begin to learn to be aware of their connection to the divine and allow themselves to be able to help others through that connection as well as themselves, the world will become a very healing place to be. The class fee is $97 in advance. Just letting me know that you're coming is all that means. Or if there's still room, it's $111 at the door. I've had an excellent response to it. I'm expecting quite a few people to show up.
Okay. Now, can anyone take this class, or do they have to maybe have some prerequisites? What's your recommendations here?
The way the class is put together, I had in mind both people who are brand new to energy healing and those who have a background in energy healing. So it's geared to meet the needs of anyone who would like to come. It's another modality of healing energy work, and there's many modalities. This, I crunched down a lot of really awesome techniques into a one-day workshop. So anyone who comes will end up learning quite a few different ways that they can work with the healing power of love to help themselves and others begin to heal in a very profound way. It's the same energy work that I've been doing now for 13 years, or developing, I should say. It slowly has changed over time to become even better and better and more profound. But I'm sharing that with others so that they too will be able to have a positive impact on the world, their world, and others.
So after you get, after your students go through this class, are they going to be at practitioner's level, instructor's level? Where, is there a follow-up class? How's that going to work out?
Well, this first class stands alone. If a person chose to never take another class, they would still have everything that they would need to begin doing healing work. And the more they use it, the better it'll get. From here on out, they've got those tools. If they decided they wanted to go ahead and learn more because it's just so awesome, which it is, the next class is going to be how to develop your intuition. So that class probably will be a 2-day workshop. I'm still putting it together. There's a lot of information in it. After that, there is a third class, which are advanced techniques. There's been some absolutely miraculous things that have happened through the years. So I'd like to share that with people that would enjoy learning even more. My ultimate goal is to teach as many people as possible. So questions are part of the class. I want everyone to have answers. I also visualize people going out and helping others begin to learn some basics in energy healing. And my goal is to teach the teachers to go out and spread this even more and keep it at a cost that's reasonable. So ultimately, that's what we're going for.
Good.
That's going to be amazing.
Yeah. I think it will be amazing. I'm really happy that we have another healing technique out there. Where does the angelic part, because, this is energy healing, and, cover a little bit for us what energy healing is, so, if you would, darling.
Well, everything is energy. Everything. So when you're looking at the smallest particles in existence, whether that particle came from the air, from your body, from a tree, regardless of where that particle came from, when you place it underneath a magnifying glass, put it underneath a microscope, and you enlarge it and enlarge it and enlarge it, pretty soon you're going to see atoms. And if you enlarge it even more, you're going to see the tinier parts of the atom. But if you enlarge it enough, pretty soon all you're going to see is energy, just pure energy, pure vibration. And this is the component that makes up everything. Also, energy follows thought. It's fascinating to me that quantum physicists actually do experiments on that and prove that. But through focusing your thoughts on feeling, amping up that vibration through keeping your connection, your awareness of your connection to divine love intact, so you just keep focusing back again and again, you have very, very powerful, positive impact on whatever it is that you're focused upon. Things begin to change. Things begin to change. So energy is everything. The angelic part of Angelic Intuitive Healing comes from the fact that you are connecting to the divine. You are being aware of that connection to that which is higher than self, whatever your perceptions of that might be. This is not a religion. This is a healing technique that works through the healing power of love.
Which is what angels admit anyhow. And, it's interesting you talked about it not being a religion or a religious practice. And, because angels don't tie into one religion. They're actually followed in all of them. all the way back to Mesopotamia times. So it's just totally wonderful that, you've tied that into the class.
And that is, there are many very high energies around us, and seeing them as angels brings a beautiful contentment, a beautiful awareness, a beautiful power of healing with it, because they are right there. There's guardians all around us that's trying to help us every single moment of our life. We're being very gently guided to help us get through the hurdles that we come upon as we live this physical life. At the moment that we can learn how to be aware of that inner guidance, that angelic guidance, that divine guidance, the divine love, at that moment our life is transformed forever. It really is life-changing to know you're never alone. You always have this wonderful guidance right there with you every single second.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we're learning, is how to be aware of that, how to work with that.
Okay. So that's how that's pulling itself in together.
Mm-hmm.
Now, they learn different techniques in the class?
Yes, I have quite a few different techniques in the class built into it. I have probably about 10 different techniques that they will learn. All of them are, you could see all of them as advanced techniques because of how much of a strong impact they have on healing for yourself or for others, depending on what you have your focus upon. We start with some basics and lay the foundation, and then we begin to learn a lot more about love than what we probably already know. Even though we may feel loving, there's even more. That's the wonderful part about it. There's always a next step to learning.
Right. And it is only the next step, and the next step, because it's kind of like building on any metaphysical skill you build, you grow with. Now, I understand you're also doing a fair somewhere.
Yes, my business name is Energy in Motion, and once a year, Energy in Motion puts together a natural healing arts fair. This year, it will be on August 19th, 20th, and 21st. We have booths on the 20th and 21st. The 19th, we have a special event that evening. This is the 14th time we've done it. Last year, we had somewhere between 1,200 and 1,400 people that came. And we had 77 booths last year. It is a gathering of a large variety of people, but primarily focused on natural healing. It has a booth where you can learn more about different techniques that are out there or different products. And we also have presentations that go on all day long on Saturday and Sunday. And that runs from 11 to 5 on Saturday and Sunday. It's being held at the Shrine Mosque in Springfield, Missouri.
Mm-hmm.
Admission fee is only $5, so we keep that expense down. But bring extra money because there's lots of awesome stuff there that you might want to purchase. But that's our big event. We love, love, love it.
Good. All right, then, darling. Now, give them the date and the time of the workshop, and if you would, tell them how they can get in contact with you, maybe if they would want services or to more information on the class.
Okay. You can reach me at Angelic Intuitive Healing at gmail.com. Again, the class is going to be this Saturday, June 18th, from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. in Branson West at the Claybow Plaza Mall. You enter through the back, and it's right on the corner of Highway 76 and Business Route 13.
Mm-hmm.
I will be offering that class again, by the way, in case a person can't make it to this one this Saturday. And the next time I offer it will be Saturday, July the 9th, from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., and that will be at the Plant Spirit Apothecary in Ozark, Missouri.
Oh, in Ozark, Missouri. That's a beautiful place.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And they would just reach you at your email again to set that up and to get registered for that, or do they need to go through the compository?
No, they need to go through me at Angelic Intuitive Healing. I'm also on Facebook. My name Emmale Judycki, and first name's Emmale, last name Judycki. You can reach me through Facebook too.
Mm-hmm.
Either one.
Okay, and then they would just grab you through Facebook in the search thing.
Mm-hmm.
All right, then. Okay, then. Well, thank you, darling, for coming on. Now we're going to have to take a break for a moment, and we'll be right back, okay?
Okay, thank you.
And you'll find us at www.themagichappens.com, your free online magazine.
Are you at a crossroads in your life? Or are you feeling stuck and not sure where to turn? We can help. Visit our website at psychic.biz from your computer, smartphone, or tablet, where you can get accurate readings and insight by speaking with any one of our tested advisors. We offer live chat, video sessions, one-on-one phone calls, and even email readings. We have several gifted psychics, tarot readers, astrologers, and other healers from around the world who are available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Your initial chat is always free, and our psychics do offer special prices and low per-minute rates. Visit us today at psychic.biz and get the guidance you need today for your tomorrow.
You're listening to the Magic Happens Radio Network, sponsored by the Magic Happens magazine. You'll find us at www.themagichappens.com.
So I'm a cat, and I just moved in with this new human, and she's got this little toy she's always playing with, all day long. Tap, 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 bloop, bloop. She can't put it down. There it is. Oh, and get this. She even talks to it. Last week she asked it for Chinese, and guess what? Egg rolls showed up. Like magic. Humans have cool toys.
A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet. Be that person. Adopt. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the ShelterPetProject.org.
Do you have burning questions you need answered? We all do. Visit our website at psychic.biz, where you can find accurate psychics, tarot readers, and astrologers from around the world who are available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You can have your questions answered anonymously and right from your computer, tablet, or smartphone. The introductory chat is always free, and we offer low per-minute rates and special promotions. Our online psychics offer helpful, practical guidance into what matters most to you. Visit us today at psychic.biz.
And you'll find us at www.themagichappens.com, your free online magazine.
Well, welcome back, everyone, and, we're going to be taking your calls, and, me and Amanda's going to be doing readings, and if you have questions about the class or the healing technique, our guest would be great. Emmale will happily answer them for you, but she will not be doing readings tonight, and you can check her out in her email or grab her over on Facebook and get all the information for the classes that she'll be giving. And, I'm sure she's going to be going other places and giving these classes because this is a brand new thing. And whenever new healing techniques start out, they go all over. I can remember Grandma Michi giving them in her living room. Oh, that was years ago. Now she flies everywhere teaching Kalami. So we're going to be taking your calls. Here's how we do this. We have to have your name and your birth date and your question. And it's one question readings because we do have a full board tonight, and we will do our best to get through all of them. All right. Amanda, you ready to rock through the hot seat?
I'm ready to rock and roll. I'm having fun.
Awesome, honey. So we're going to take our first call, which is 617. 617, you're on the air. Ooh, I think we're driving 617.
I think they are driving.
Yeah, 617, pull over, honey, and I'll answer your question then because I don't want you wrecking. Oh, being clairvoyant, it's always interesting when you get a caller that's driving because all of a sudden you're watching the road instead of trying to see what's in front of you. Don't you like that, Amanda?
Oh, yes, definitely. I totally know what you're talking about.
All right, so let's go to 914. 914. 914? All right. I guess they're just listening also. All right. 856, you're on the air. 856?
Hi, this is Laura.
Hi, Laura. And what's your birth date, dear?
October 1st, 63.
And how can we help you, darling?
Well, I'm going to go look at a house tomorrow with my builder. And I want to know if you see me getting that house, or do you think I'm going to end up moving out of state somewhere?
All right. Amanda, you want to take that one, darling?
This is looking positive. This is looking really good, what you're going to go see with them. So I'm feeling like this is it, what you're going to go see. What are you thinking, Aeson?
I feel like she's going to take this house. I don't feel you going out of state yet.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Okay.
Okay.
That sounds really good. Yeah. That sounds good, Aeson. Thank you.
Awesome, honey. So it's just... And I want you to really pay attention to this house because I feel like it's a really good home, but you may get a little fearful as soon as you walk through the door, and I feel that's just because of the choice you're getting ready to make.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right, but I think it'll be a great place for you.
Okay, Aeson, I'm going to go for it then. Thank you.
You're welcome, darling. You have a great evening.
Thank you. You too. I'm going to listen in, okay?
Okay, darling. All right, and now we're going to take a call from the land of Oz. Sometimes callers come up as 111111. That is directly what the number to Oz. So, hello, Oz. Who do we have?
Hello.
Hi.
Hey, how are you tonight?
Good. What's your name and birth date?
My name is Sheila.
Hi, Sheila.
Hey, how are you?
Good.
My birthday is August 1st.
Okay. And how can we help you?
Oh, hi. I'm looking for employment. Do you see me getting a job soon?
Very soon. Let's say within
really
probably
soon.
Within 2 weeks.
Within 2 weeks?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Is it permanent or is it temporary?
It's permanent, and it's something you've got a passion for.
And it pays really well, too. You're going to make a lot of income out of this, and you really enjoy it. It looks like a lot of joy is around this. Very positive.
Very, very positive.
Keep getting the resume out, or should I go through a recruiter?
Oh, I'd let him sit.
Huh?
I'd let him sit.
What did you say?
I'm talking about a recruiter.
Oh, a recruiter. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't hear that. Okay. All right. So
Okay.
you said go through a recruiter?
No, I'd go for it yourself, honey, and let the recruiter sit.
You need to do it yourself independently.
Ah, okay. All right.
Okay.
Okay.
I'd really sit back and just let that be, and you go straight to the company, because I think that both of you will get a better deal than you will with a recruiter.
Okay, say no more. I will go. Do you think, okay, so I kind of know I have a passion for, do you have like a certain company in mind, or just look? Or
what do you want to do in 10 years?
Huh?
What do you want to be doing in 10 years?
What do I, oh gosh, I wouldn't mind being in employee benefits, because I have a passion for it.
Okay, then go after an HR department job.
Yeah, I hate HR, but okay, I'll go after that.
Well, that's how you get into the employee benefits thing, is to go through the HR department, sweetie.
Okay, hon. All right.
Okay.
So I'll give you guys a call back, okay, once I get something.
Look forward to it.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Okay, let's go to 561. You're on the air.
Hi, how are y'all?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good. My first name is Jay. My date of birth is March 30th, 85.
And how can we help you, dear?
I'm just itching for a change. I feel like I'm completing a cycle in my life, and I'm ready for something new, and I'm not entirely certain as to how I can kind of initiate that.
What are you getting, Amanda?
What was it you're looking for again?
He's wanting to start something new.
Start something new. Okay. I feel like you're going to start something new, but they're telling me you need to follow your intuition more, that you're a little bit out there and you're a little scattered. And there's something here about justice, like somebody recently just stabbed you in the back somewhere, did something that made you untrusting. So I feel like once you get that behind you, you're going to move into something a lot better. But I'm really hearing something about trusting your heart more, and that's where you'll start the other side of coming into what you want to do.
Okay, that makes sense.
Okay. And I really think that you'll be doing that within the next 8 weeks.
Okay.
And I'm going to tell you, it looks like it's all areas of your life. Like, we're going to pick up and we're going to move to Brazil.
Yeah.
In one suitcase. That type of thing. I mean, that's the type of change we're looking at here.
Okay.
Okay?
Wow. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
All right. So let's go on to 520.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello. This is Lisa, and my birthday is 9/20/62.
And how can we help you?
Well, my significant other tells me that, we're is dedicated to the relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Do you pick up anything other than that?
I pick up confusion.
There was a
it's
woman.
It's like you're going around in a circle. You're on a hamster wheel. It's like you're chasing your tail or something. There's something going on here with just a lot of confusion and some chaos.
Mhm.
Yeah, and so it's over with Carmen.
I don't think it's over, but I don't think it's prepared either.
I'm sorry, I didn't get the last part. You don't think it's prepared?
I don't think it's prepared. I don't think it's got itself together.
Oh. Like,
you're in fragments. You're scattered. It's not that it's disappearing. It's just scattered. It's like it's all over the place.
Huh. In the way of interest in other women, or
No, not that. It's like both of you are running around with a bucket of fear, and you're just throwing it everywhere.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Okay, and there's just total confusion between the two of you. As if he was speaking French and you were speaking Italian.
And you didn't understand each other. It's funny because I see you kind of going one way and him going another, and you're not really knowing what you want. I hear your angels talking about she doesn't know what she wants. I'm not saying you don't want to be together or anything like that, but they're saying something like, well, hello, specify what you want, because you're not really specifying, so you're running around in a circle. And so is he. You know, he's doing the same thing. And that's what they're saying to me, just as a direct connect to you. You know, both of you are running around like that.
Oh, like he doesn't know what he wants.
Neither one of you do. You know, I'm not saying that deep down in your heart. I know what your heart says. I can feel your heart. Your heart says, yes, this is what I want, okay? But in terms of, like, what he's doing and what you're doing, you absolutely have no idea what you're doing. You know, you're just kind of running around like, okay, what do I do next? That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's what your angels say. I'm getting that directly from them.
Does it show that the confusion will clear up? He says he wants the relationship.
I feel he does want the relationship.
No.
You know, I feel he wants the relationship too, but I'm going to say this because I heard it directly spoken next to you. I heard it depends on what she chooses. So it depends on what your choices are, and that was very direct at me. Your angel is sitting with me saying it depends on your choices, like talking to you. This is your choice.
Oh, I see. So whether or not I stay or go.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, I appreciate you taking a look at this.
No problem.
Welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Okay. Wow, we're really moving along here. Let's go on over to 563. 563. 563. Okay. Another listener. You know, we get a lot of listeners in, and I don't know why Blog Talk is only.
Yeah, I've had that happen. It's air. You know, it's just air. They just call and they're kind of there, and you can't. It's either a techie issue or it's them. You never know.
Well, what it is a lot of our listeners will call in and listen to the show instead of listening on it online. And it's supposed to, only put them in queue if you press 1. Well, Blog Talk's been sticking them in queue. So if I get you and you're just a listener, just say, I'm just listening. All right, let's try 856. 856. Okay. All right, I'm going to try 570, and then I got a question for Amanda. 570?
Hi, sweetie. It's Marty. I was really just listening, love.
Okay, honey. Not a problem.
All right, honey. Thanks.
All right. So, Amanda, you've took this class that Emily has given.
I was actually just a test subject.
Oh, so you were the guinea pig. Okay.
Yes, I was, raising my hand. I'm right here.
Cool. So what did you think of it? How did it, Reiki has after effects. It took like 3 weeks to recover from Reiki.
The after effects are beautiful. I took the after effects and went to Tennessee, Aeson, and had a whole experience with my childhood being healed in a number of days. It was very fun.
Very cool. So you're still eating meat, having your coffee, because here's an earthquaking thing. When I took Reiki after the class because I've done one and then I've done two. After I took my master level Reiki and my instructor level, I didn't eat meat for 2 weeks. Had no desire for coffee. I know, earth-shaking event.
Mm-hmm.
I literally made a doctor's appointment. So I was wondering if these have the same effects or if it's maybe a different effect because we're looking with quantum touch here.
Well, I really am eating better anyway, and I have been for quite a while, not wanting so much of the other stuff, but wanting more things like kale and salad and not so much of the other stuff. So it's quite fun how it just all sort of happens and falls into place. It's very fun.
Mm-hmm. Very much fun. And I always loved quantum touch. I'm glad that it's now being... Because quantum touch was originally designed for manifestation, and I'm glad that it's been brought into the healing modality thing and starting to work with that. So please go out, check out those classes. Emmy, you still with us, darling?
I am. I'm right here.
All right, darling. When give the information again on when the first class and the second class is, and let's kind of pull that in there. So that, some of our listeners may have not caught it the first time, they can catch it for you.
Okay, my class, Angelic Intuitive Healing, is this Saturday, June 18th, from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. in Branson, West, Missouri, at Dowel Plaza Mall on the corner of Highway 76 and Business Route 13. You enter in the back. And then I will have it again on Saturday, July the 9th from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Plant Spirit Apothecary in Ozark, Missouri. Class fee is $97 in advance. Just let me know you're coming. That's all you need to do. Or if you wait until you come to the door and I don't know you're coming, it's $111 at the door if we still have seats available. You can contact me at Angelic Intuitive Healing at gmail.com, or you can find me on Facebook. And by the way, the event is posted on Facebook, so you could find Angelic Intuitive Healing, more information there too.
Okay, great. So go check that out. Now, if someone wanted to contact you maybe to come to their shop or to produce this workshop somewhere else, how would they go about doing that, dear? Just going through your Gmail account?
Yes, just contact me at angelicintuitivehealing at gmail.com. Amanda and I stay in good contact all the time, so you could also let her know if I know she knows a bazillion people, so if you're interested, you can get to me through her as well.
Absolutely. I'm having fun talking to people who are interested already. I've had a couple of people telling me they're interested in the class and they're excited about it. And it's amazing. If you had told me years ago that the people I worked this class on with the techniques, if you told me, oh, they're going to respond and be really positive and not stay closed and be angry or mean or what have you, I would have thought people were nuts. But when I tried this out, it really works. It's amazing.
Yes, and I think it's got so much energy into it. I mean, it's just going to be a lovely class. So check it out. And, keep up with us. Come back and update us and let us know how it goes. Okay, Emily?
Okay, I will. Thank you.
Oh. Okay. Now, our sponsor, Psychic.biz, has released their latest coupon code, and it is another 5 free. And this coupon code is Spring16. Now, if you are a listener of our show, you actually get a special coupon code, and it's coffee, of course. And for that, you get $10 free with your $15 deposit. And you can do that at any time, and you can reach me over there. I'm on sale until July 1st through the 4th. Somewhere in there I'll be changing prices, and I'm on sale right now for 99 cents a minute. So that means you'll get 5 minutes with me, and Miss Amanda is over there. And, honey, what's your rate over there?
Let's see, I think it's the same as yours. I'm all over the place, so I just kind of roll with the punches. I believe I made it just about the same.
Yeah, I think it's, about the same. And, sometimes you have to set appointments with us because our schedules do get hectic. Now, we're going to be having a new show over here. It's called Tarot Radio. And that'll be on Friday evenings at 9 p.m. And then, of course, I'll be back here tomorrow. And
that'll be good.
Yeah, I'll be back with Conversations with Aeson, and we'll be talking a little bit more. And, that's when our listeners become our co-hosts, and you guys get to talk back to me, and, we'll be talking about something. Who knows what David will bring up. And we got some more shows coming on over here. We're hoping to have a show every Monday through Friday for you guys, and possibly even 2. So be sure to be checking out our site, thepsychiccoffeeshop.info, for our latest updates and information about our hosts and co-hosts, and we even have our own select group of readers there. So until next week, thanks, Emmale, for joining us. Good night, and good night, Miss Amanda.
Good night. It was a pleasure joining you both.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. Have a great evening, y'all.
Are you at a crossroads in your life? Or are you feeling stuck and not sure where to turn? We can help. Visit our website at psychic.biz from your computer, smartphone, or tablet, where you can get accurate readings and insight by speaking with any one of our tested advisors. We offer live chat, video sessions, one-on-one phone calls, and even email readings. We have several gifted psychics, tarot readers, astrologers, and other healers from around the world who are available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Your initial chat is always free, and our psychics do offer special prices and low per-minute rates. Visit us today at psychic.biz and get the guidance you need today for your tomorrow.
You're listening to The Magic Happens Radio Network, sponsored by The Magic Happens magazine. You'll find us at www.themagichappens.com.